guys, Coop here. Let's talk a little bit about paracord jigs. Now this question's came up to me a lot, since I've been making paracord jigs and selling paracord jigs. And just to get the record, just settle it right here and right now, I did not start this to sell paracord jigs, okay? I created what I call my common man's paracord jig, put the video up to teach people how to make a low-cost paracord jig that's going to do everything you need it to do. And you can make this jig for under $5. And that's what I do. I try and teach people. I'm not here trying to sell people anything, okay? But I've had numerous people, ever since I released that video, contacted me wanting to buy paracord jigs. So what I did is I spent about 6 to 8 months designing and coming up with my very own paracord jig to sell. And my common man video, my common man paracord jig, I don't sell that jig. It's out there for anybody that wants to use it and needs a step-by-step video on how to make it. That's what it's there for. And in my opinion, it's an excellent jig, but for me and what I use it for, it's too big. It's just a little too bulky. But that doesn't mean it's not a good jig. And there's no such thing as a bad jig, okay? Anything that holds your work and aids you to do what you need to get done, that's good. you can't go wrong. Now, some people, have different styles of jigs. Mine, as you guys know, mine are all pretty much basic, all right? I designed this jig for what I use it for. I don't use 15 million different buckles. I use two size buckles. I use a 5/8 and a 3/8 buckle. That doesn't mean you can't set your jig up with whatever you want. Okay, when you buy a jig from me, I send you the buckles. But you don't have to use those buckles. You can use whatever kind of buckle you want with your jig. But I design these for what I use them for. And if people want to buy them, that's fine. There are a whole wide array of different styles of jigs out there. And just like I said a few minutes ago, there is nothing wrong with any jig that anyone makes as long as it does what you need it to do. Do I like my jig? Yeah, I like my jig. Do I like some of the other jig designs that are out there? Yeah, I like a lot of them. Do they necessarily suit my needs for what I need them for? No. Some jig makers, have up to 10 different kind of buckles you can put on your jig. I don't use 10 different kind of buckles. So for me, having all that stuff hanging off in the way, it doesn't benefit me, but it doesn't mean it's not going to benefit someone else. So what I'm trying to get at is there's a wide array of different kind of jigs out there. I'm not going to sit here and say, this guy over here, his jig sucks, or this guy over here, his jig sucks, just trying to get my stuff to sell. That's not what I do, okay? I'm telling you, look at what you make, and if you need something that accommodates 10 or 20 buckles, then go buy this guy's jig over here. If you need something that accommodates, 2 buckles, buy one that uses 2 buckles. It's all about your preferences and what you're going to use the jig for, not mine, okay? I mean, I design my jigs for what I need them for. I don't put a whole bunch of bells and whistles all over my jig trying to get it to look like the coolest thing out there. I design my jigs as functional pieces of equipment, as functional tools. Nothing says that any jig out there is better than the other. They're all equal. Like I said, as long as it does the job you need it to do, that's all that matters. And I see a lot of guys out there cutthroat and, oh, my jig's better than your jig, my jig's better than your jig. I see them on eBay. Oh, you're not going to get anything, better than mine. If you don't buy mine, you're going to get junk if you buy there. I don't do that. The way I look at it, every single guy out there that puts forth the effort to make a product to sell to the public deserves credit. And me personally, I've seen a lot of amazing jig designs out there. Do they suit my needs? No. Am I going to buy them? Not really. Why would I buy something that I make? I mean, this does everything that I need it to do. But I just wanted to throw that out there and let you guys that are having problems or trying to figure out, you know, what jig is best for you and what you should buy. Well, it all boils down to what you're going to use it for. If you're going to offer your customers an unlimited supply of different size buckles, shackles, everything under the sun, then my jig is probably not for you. Because I only deal with just 2 size buckles on my jig. That's it. If you need a jig that's going to do all that other stuff, look around. eBay, there's a lot of fantastic people out there. A lot of guys in the Paracord groups sell jigs that do just about anything except change the oil on your car. Like I said, nothing wrong with those jigs. Those jigs are all awesome jigs for what they're designed for. I just like simplicity. That's my thing. I put a little less in mine as far as what it accommodates, but I put more as far as fit and finish goes. Anyway, guys, if you have any comments or questions about jigs, put them down below. I'll be more than happy to answer anything you post. I appreciate your support. Appreciate you taking the time to watch my videos. It means a lot to me. And you guys all know we've got the Facebook page up and going, along with Twitter, Pinterest, Google Plus, and Instagram. Go over and follow us on one of them, all of them, or none of them. It's entirely up to you. And with all that being said, my friends, old Coop's pretty much going to say, Coop out.